Hi you guys, I am here sharing what is left in my kit conspiracy kits after the 4 weeks of using them. And so I'm going to share everything that I have left over, and then I'm going to try and make another layout for tomorrow. If I can, I'll make more than one layout, but I'm not sure that's going to happen or not. But so this is week 1. This is what's left over. I have 3 branding strips. The flip side is just the manufacturer information. It doesn't have any useful color or anything on it. Actually, here's a 4th branding strip because I did not cut that piece off. So that pinkish reddish. I've got this piece from the Cocoa Vanilla Sunkissed. I have these green pieces. Now, I'm pretty sure some of this was in my scrap because I remember pulling in some scrap and using quite a bit of the green. So I just left it all in here because I don't know what part of it is actually from my scrap bin and which part is actually from the kit. Another piece of that pinky red, and then these 3 little tiny bits. That is literally all that is left of that kit, which I would say I killed it. You know, I actually could get another layout out of this if I just used a piece of cardstock. I could definitely put something together with that. But if I put it with my other kits, I might even be able to make something more awesome. So that's the leftovers of week 1. We will move on to week 2, which sadly has a lot more leftovers in it. Week 2's leftovers are quite a few. I'm just going to dump it all out and you're going to see it how it is. So I just kept my kits in these little folders here. So I have several branding strips, and the Kaisercraft ones are a little harder for me to use just because they have these big sayings on them. I mean, I don't think you need, like, I would use 2 branding strips that were the same to like make a border or something like that, but when it has words on it, not so much. I have this little piece. This was the asphalt paper, but I guess you could use the little labels there. Not much left of that. Here's another piece of the asphalt paper. The backside just has the labels. I didn't put the backside in, I didn't put it in my kit for the backside. I put it in for this side. So that's the side that was intended to be used. This is from the Paper Rose Textures 1.0. There is this is the actual label or packaging for it. So I'll set that to the side. Here's another couple of branding strips. Actually, several more branding strips. This one is from Kaisercraft. You can tell because most of theirs have words, like I said. I find the ones from the Textures collections really useful. These are super useful to me. So several branding strips there. We already talked about that one. We talked about that one. I've got some whitewashed wood. This is stickers, leftovers from the sticker sheet. Let's see here. Let's see if here's the other part of the sticker sheet. So this is what's left over. I don't use these type of stickers all that often. That's not true. I'm going to retract that. I don't use these kind of stickers that often in my scrapbooking because they're flat and I prefer the dimensional stuff. But every once in a while I do use them. What I use them more for is in Bible art journaling because I want my Bible to be able to close. So I will use flat stickers in that. And I don't think I have a lot of Bible art journaling on my channel. But yeah, so I don't know if those will get used or not for anything in this collection. Another branding strip from Kaisercraft. I really should have sorted this out ahead of time. I have almost this whole sticker sheet left. I used 2 pieces off of it. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job using that piece up. So I have this square piece of blue, which I had gutted this paper. Actually, there should be 2 of these. Yep, there's 2 of them. I gutted that from the double page layout because I like that blue wood grain. Another piece of the white burlappy looking or canvas looking, because I gutted that as well. And then these are left over from the Kaiser Craft collection. If I can get a hold of it. So I don't have a ton left over from that collection. Aside from, that's just black cardstock, that doesn't belong in here. Aside from the sticker sheets. Another little tiny piece of the asphalt looking stuff, and this one had gone through my crimping thing that made it like corrugated. Another tiny bit of canvas, and then I've got several 12 by 12 sheets of the textures paper. So I've got one of these. Actually, may actually have two of them. I don't even know. So one of those so far. I don't think I used any of that. Two of paper F. And the flip side is the brick. And I'm okay with having that left over. I'm not somebody who feels like I need to use all of my kit or all of my scraps right now, because to me, it'll all get used eventually. Well, maybe not in my lifetime, but the goal is it will get used eventually. And these will just go into a bin that I have, or a container that I have of wood grain. So anytime I'm looking for wood grain, they would be in there. That would be like me trying to use up all my wood grain. Not going to happen. And wood grain is like a staple almost in a lot of stashes, and I kind of look at it that way. It's not something that I try to use up right away. I just try to use it when I want wood grain. It's not like a thing where I go, oh, I need to use all my wood grain right now. And then we've got this blue brick. I don't know what I'll use that for. It's very grungy, could be very boyish, but I also like this side, so 2 sheets of that. And then this sticker sheet or sticker book that I used some out of it, but not as much as I should have. So quite a bit left over from that one. So that is week 2. Let me put all of that out of the way. And I think I'm just going to set it over to the side right on top of the Vicky Booten stuff, because now it doesn't matter if it's all mixed up. Okay. Week 3 was the Simple Stories Good Day Sunshine, and I did a really good job of killing this one. At least I think so. So I have the 2 branding strips from the turquoise paper that was not actually part of Good Day Sunshine. I think it was close to my heart paper. The only full sheet I have left is the ledger, and it's wood grain on the back. And it's not because I didn't like the ledger. It's because I really like the ledger, and I feel like I can use that on anything. It's very versatile. Also, the wood grain on the back, super versatile. I have this piece, which was from a 6 by 12, and I had cut 1 strip off of it to fill in a spot somewhere. I have several bits and pieces of this cut apart left. Let me move this wood grain so you can kind of see that. I think you can see it on top of the ledger paper. So lots of little bits and pieces in this one that were cut up but didn't end up getting used. So all those little guys. I'm going to set that over to the side out of the way. I have this. This was Said Summer on it. It was, I think, a 4 by 12. But I still have that piece. I have this Sunshine, Sand, and Smiles. The back side is these little frames. Probably wouldn't use that as much, especially since they're cut up. A piece of the turquoise polka dot. A piece of the red. This was a test cut that I did for the tabs. And when I cut it, I didn't take into account that the branding strip was still on it. So that's why it's a test cut now. Let's see here, I have this little bit of the yellow. And then I have this left of the sticker sheet, which I think I did a really good job of using up a lot of that. I mean, there's still several more bits here that could be used. And then this one. And again, flat letters, I'll probably save those and use them for Bible art journaling. I never know. But I did a good job of using up this stuff. And then I have some 3x4 cards. This was not actually in the kit. That was in the embellishments I opened up on at the last minute. So I have an It's All Good 3x4, sand between my toes and sunburn on my nose. Also says fun on the other side. I really don't like this side, and I think that's because it's photorealistic. This piece that I really wanted to get on a page but didn't end up using it. It was cut out of a 4x6 card. This Carefree piece and Get Sun-Kissed. Not crazy about that in any stretch of the imagination. Like, yeah, it's not doing anything for me. A little tiny bit more red. And these were cut from the same, this was like a 6x8. I was going to use it for something and then I didn't. And there's the back. So there's that. And then this 4x6. Sand in the air, salt in my hair, summer in my heart. So that's all that's left of kit number 3, which I think I did a good job of using quite a bit of it. And that brings us to kit number 4, which is probably the one I have. I don't know if it's the one I have the most of. That could have been number 2. Definitely the more masculine kits I have more of. Mostly because I don't have a lot of embellishments that I felt went really well with these compared to the other ones. Okay, so I have about 3 or 4 inches of this Mountain Trek paper. It's useful. I have this green bit left over. Let's see if I have any other little bits and pieces that fall out. Nope. So I mostly have these full sheets, and these are mostly from the textures. Again, you know, same idea as week number 2. I didn't really see a point in pushing myself to use it all up when I can, you know, I'll use it at some point. So I don't think the idea was to get as much paper on our layouts as possible. I think it was to use our kits as much as we could. And honestly, it's a lot more difficult, I feel, to layer up papers like this than the pattern paper like the Vicky Boot and stuff. Because when you start looking at all of the layers, like they start getting really busy. Like there's not a lot of differentiation in the saturation level of the papers. So they're like dark, 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 a little bit lighter, but they just don't pop. So, and that's the kind of scrapbooking that I typically do. I use more layering than not. So 2 sheets of this one, the green. I did try to use that paper, but it matched my photos way too well. My photos had so much green in them, it just didn't look right. I have this charcoal or charred black wood grain with this kind of, I call it like a basket weave. I don't know what it is really, but it looks like raised and lowered pieces. It's like a close-up of a basket weave or something. This slice of wood with the white. I've got 2 pieces of the cork, and I'm going to tell you right now, I would be surprised if I ever use this sheet. I really am not a fan of cork paper, but I really like this side. So when it gets used, it'll probably 98% sure it'll be on this side. Okay, and then I have a few sheets of the Mountain Trek paper left. So I have the birds, which is the cut apart. Surprisingly, I didn't cut into it. I didn't realize when I threw the photos in that they were mostly all of the water area up by the campsite. There was nothing of the actual camping, so I didn't pull any of these in. I didn't really see a need for it. The pine trees in blue and green, and the wood slice, which I did try to use this one and I swapped it for another piece of paper. That's okay. It doesn't bother me that I changed out. It looked better on the other paper anyway. And then these hiking boots, and then the moon phases. I had no photos of dark night skies or anything like that. Nothing that I thought the phases of the moon would go well with. And hiking is not something that I'm big on. My husband enjoys it. I don't know that my son enjoys it or not. I think he enjoys it with friends. I'm not sure he enjoyed it when he was a little kid. I prefer to take a meandering stroll, not hiking. So yeah, that's what's left of week 4. So I'm going to put all of these together and see what I can do and create a layout, and then come back tomorrow and hopefully we'll have another layout for you.